What's up, guys? So, backlog. Everyone loves it. They love the term backlog. They're trying to finish my backlog. Here's my backlog. I think it's a bit of a annoying term because it gives the impression that it's like your responsibility to complete it, even though the purpose of the backlog for the video game, for your video games and for the things you enjoy, is to just enjoy it. It's to have fun. It's not to have a checklist to check off, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's my little rant about it. I think the name backlog is bad, but everyone knows what backlog means, so I have to use that. Today I just want to talk about like how I have fun playing through my backlog, how I enjoy it, the little mini games that I play with myself and with my friends to encourage myself to do different games or go through different games and try different games and just have fun with it, as opposed to just it being a checklist where I have to get through the game as quickly as I can to experience everything I can. There is a great video by someone on the internet. I don't know the person's name. I forgot. Maybe I'll find it. But he basically talks about how it's impossible that you'll play through every single game that you want to play through. There's only so much time in the world. You don't have infinite free time. And also, a more nuanced thing about that is that sometimes you don't want to play certain things. Sometimes you don't want to enjoy certain games. And also, your tastes grow. Like some games you think that's going to be fun at this moment, and maybe in 2 or 3 years you're not interested in those kind of games anymore. You're not interested in those kind of things anymore because you've changed. So the reality is we keep it light, we keep it fun. Remember that the point of the backlog is to enjoy yourself and is to have fun. The point is not to just do a checklist. It's not to finish something off and feel proud that you achieved something, even though all you achieved is playing a video game. Now, some strategies that I use, I'll just like list some of them. Just some that I enjoy. What I normally do right now is that I go from oldest to most recent. So I think about it, okay, I played Cyberpunk 2077. That's the most recent game I completed. So now I'll go back and I'll play some older game. Like I've never really played CD Projekt Red's other games. So I was going to go back and play the first Witcher. Totally different. The game's older. I think it's like from 2008. So it'd be kind of like it's interesting to see the juxtaposition and to see how they developed and how they became the devs that made Cyberpunk 2077. So you have to be able to set aside your presuppositions of time periods and the way things look. You have to come at something with an open mind and be like, I'll try something new, try something different. Try it for a little bit, see if you enjoy it, stick with it for a while. But yeah, going from oldest to most recent, kind of an interesting way of enjoying your backlog. One strategy. Something that I just started doing this year is deciding that this year is the game of X genre. For example, 2025 for me is the year of open world games. So open world games is probably my least played genre. I don't play it very much. I talked about it in my Cyberpunk video, but I never have time for it, and ever since I became an adult and we got older, I have responsibilities. You don't have much time to play open world games. You don't have much time to delve and play all the side quests and do everything because your time is very limited, and you need to kind of choose wisely. But I told myself that's bullshit. Some of it's bullshit. If you really want to do something, you can set aside the appropriate time and do it. It's not sprint. It's a marathon. It's a takes time. You'll get to it when you get to it. So, with that being said, this is the year of open world games. So this year, it's April. It just turned May 1st. The past 5 months this year, I've played 3 open world games. No, 2. How many have I played? I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and I played Cyberpunk. That just shows you, like, I started Red Dead Redemption 2 in January. So that just shows you, like, how much that matters. Those open world games are so huge that based off the limited time that I have, I only had enough to play 2 of these games, and I didn't even 100% complete them or anything. I just went through the main story and I did some of the side quests here or there. But like, these are the only open world games I've played this year. So yeah, that's another strategy. Second strategy, maybe decide this year is horror. 2025, it's your year of horror games. Or maybe since we're halfway through the year, you can be like, oh, the rest of the year I'm just going to play shooters, or I'm just going to play visual novels or whatever, and decide, like, I'll just play this, and just kind of keep yourself set. So if you have like a certain set of games, you can just like play those, and just it'll also help you develop like a keen eye for what makes these games good and what makes them bad. The thing about like playing a bunch of different genres all over the place is that you lack consistency in understanding how the games really work. And so being able to play through, for example, visual novels, you'll know if you play a visual novel every month or a couple of them every month or so for the rest of the year, you'll know by the end of the year what is your favorite visual novel and what's your least favorite, and you'll know what the juice is that really matters, the one that's really good, and you'll know the ones that are doo-doo. Something I use that I think is, if you're really like lost for words, you don't want to do the year of X game or X genre, and you don't want to do the oldest to the most recent. Instead, turn off Discord, turn off social media, turn your phone off. Just chillax on your desk and just pick a game. Decide, okay, I'm going to play this game for 1 hour, 2 hours. I'm just going to play it. I'm not going to get distracted at all. I'm just going to fully immerse myself. I'm going to pay attention to everything that's going on and get 100% involved. And within that hour, 2 hours, if you're not interested, if nothing grabbed you, if the characters, the world, the gameplay, the mechanics, if nothing grabbed you, maybe that game is not for you. Maybe that game is worth taking off. Because there was something when you first saw that game, there was something that grabbed you that made you put it on your backlog, right? But it looks to be deceiving. Sometimes you might think something's cool, but then when you try it yourself and you actually get it in your hands, you're like, okay, this is not really that interesting. This is not as cool as I thought it was. No harm there. There's no harm there. It's important that you know the things that you want and the things that you don't want. And this is why I think it's silly to call it a backlog, because you're thinking it's like a checklist where it's like you have to complete it, but it's not. It's a thing for you to enjoy. It's a list of potential options for you to enjoy, maybe, if they live up to your standards and if they live up to what you believe is good and interesting as fun. Ultimately, it's your free time, so you want to make sure that your free time is spent wisely and it's not spent negatively, and you hate yourself and you hate everything that's going on while you're playing the game. And the best kind of games are the ones that you want. You're at work, you're at school, and you're like, I wish I was at my house right now playing this game, or I wish I could just pull out my Steam Deck or whatever and start playing it. I just want to be in that world. Those are the best games. Those are the games you want to play and to have your attention. You don't want games that are not worth your attention, Now here's my most favorite one, and the one that I think incorporates accountability and incorporates companionship into this concept of completing your backlog. And that is, if you see a friend, let's say one of your friends on Discord or whatever is playing a game that you also want to play, that's also on your backlog, and that you also think will be fun to play. You're like, hey, I don't know, just ask them, well, did you just start, or what's going on? Or I never knew you wanted to play this game, And if you find out, they just started, maybe it would be kind of fun for you to also start the game. And then you guys can kind of play through at the same pace. And as you're going along and as you're talking about the game together, you can both experience it. It's kind of like playing on the couch with each other, I know a lot of people don't do this anymore, but because a lot of people have online friends or whatever, it's like an international friendship or it's long distance. So this is kind of some fun way of doing that, where you can go on call and talk to each other while you're playing or whatever. It's just an interesting way to incorporate like accountability and responsibility into enjoying your backlog. This is what people kind of do when they go to the gym. They have like gym partners or whatever where they go together so they can it enhances the experience. Whenever you do anything with a friend, it enhances the experience of whatever you're doing, even if it's watching paint dry. This is a fun way to incorporate that. When I was playing Cyberpunk 2077 for the first time, the friend that was really convincing me and pleading for me to play was also doing his third playthrough. And so he was doing a certain build and he already knew what was going on for everything. But it was fun because we were playing through the game at the same pace, and trying to play it at the same time. And he's getting all excited when I'm showing him stuff that I discovered. And it's beautiful, man. It's such a cool way to develop a fun friendship too, where you guys can do fun stuff together and then discuss it. And the reason why I think it's important, one last reason, is because there's always a hype cycle for video games, There's always the most money spent on marketing to get you super excited, streamers playing the game, reviewers reviewing the game, whatever. It's trying to get you involved, and it's trying to get you to want to play the game really badly and not think and play it right now. But The beautiful thing about the backlog and people that have backlogs, which is you, and you're probably not someone that falls into that hype cycle very much. That means that, you like playing games so slowly, you like taking your time, and you like enjoying the game. And so encouraging your friend to play with you, they're probably similar. If they're playing a game that's a little older or a couple years older, the chances are they don't buy into the hype cycle either. So they're also enjoying the game at their own pace. So you might even strengthen your bond, your friendship in that way as well. I don't know, try these out, try these strategies out. There's a bunch of different ways to enjoy your backlog, enjoy your shelves of games, your virtual shelves that you have. All these games that we've bought on Steam that we have never played, but they had a good sale, so we had to buy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy yourself.